Jesús.
Jesús sabe que su pueblo necesita pastores y sabe que pronto ascenderá a su Padre. Para responder a esta necesidad, Jesús instituye el sacerdocio. Lamentablemente, a hombres y mujeres que no son sacerdotes de Cristo y que se presentan como pastores. ¿Sí? Evangelios, pastores de evangélicos. Sí. Debo advertirles que no sigan a estos hombres y mujeres. En cambio, asegúrese de ser parte del rebaño único, santo, católico y apostólico, cuyos pastores son verdaderos pastores designados por el mismo Jesús, el buen pastor. I want to take the occasion of this gospel with Jesus seeing his people and knowing that they needed shepherds to warn you of a very popular and seductive danger in the Christian life today. I think it's particularly dangerous for this community, being that the Catholic diocese doesn't always have priests who can speak Spanish, but there's always Protestants out there who are speaking Spanish and they're trying to draw you in. So I'm going to give you a warning, but I'm not going to talk about Jews, because they were indeed bad shepherds, but their day has come and gone. The temple is destroyed and risen again in the body of Jesus. And the law and covenant of Moses is abrogated, is removed by the very blood of that same Passover lamb. And I'm not going to warn you against bad Catholic priests, though there are plenty of us out there. We priests are weak, fallen men, prone to sin, but are nevertheless appointed by God to be true shepherds of his people in the person of his Son, Jesus. Instead, I need to warn you against those men and women who present themselves as pastors, but are not pastors at all. Men and women who are instead merely bad sheep. How would you say that, bad sheep? Malos pastores? Not bad shepherds, bad sheep. Ovejas. Males ovejas. Yeah. So they're not males pastores because they're not shepherds at all. They're males ovejas, pretending to be shepherds, namely Protestant pastors, okay? So evangelical pastors. Now, listen, I'm not saying that they're bad people. Okay, I don't assume bad things about them. I assume that they have goodwill. I assume they think they're doing good work, but they're not doing good work. They're doing very damaging work by their actions. Okay, in their heart, they probably mean good things, but in their actions and what they do very bad things. What happens is that they starve, mislead, and endanger God's people. They have not been called from the flock to become shepherds of the flock. Therefore, they have no authority or ability to do what Christian shepherds do, Christian shepherds being priests, sacerdotes. Presenting themselves as such makes them dangerous. They starve the flock with false or partial understanding of the gospel, failing to feed the sheep by the verdant pastures and restful waters which soothes our souls. They lack the mandate to lead the flock in right paths and are impotent, powerless to defend the sheep against the true attack of the wolves. having been given neither rod nor staff. And they do not possess the keys to access the sheepfold of heaven, of which Jesus says, I am the gate, and about which Jesus said to Peter, to you I give the keys to the kingdom of heaven. Some people, even Catholics, are easily misled by the drama of the lights or the fog machines or the rock and roll band. They're won over by coffee shops and what shops? Tiendas in la iglesia, or childcare, or the emotional preaching of the pastor in a language that they understand, and that's reasonable. Some people are taken in by sentimental doctrine or the overall non-religious, undefined characteristic of those non-denominational evangelical communities. It doesn't matter how entertaining the service is compared to the sacred liturgy of the Mass. The head-banging, heart-throbbing praise band isn't the sacrament of worship. It's not El Santissimo. And it doesn't matter how exciting, articulate, or affirming the preacher is to listen to in person or on podcasts. He or she is not one of Jesus' shepherds, but merely a disobedient sheep. They have no authority to govern the flock of Christ. They teach varying levels of error and a compromised gospel, and they have no divinely ordained power to sanctify God's people through the administration of the sacraments. Do not be misled. Do not be led astray by false, impotent, powerless shepherds who protest Christ and his church and who do not have the power to sanctify, but instead offer all the glit and glamour of the world's religion, plurality, relativism, tolerance, which does not have the power to save. Rather, follow the Good Shepherd. Become and remain faithful to and firmly a member of Jesus' true flock. Only in the church are we taught the fullness of the gospel of life. Only by the power of the church are we defended from the devil, and only through the sacraments of the church are we ransomed, healed, sanctified, and saved. In other words, do not be led astray by popular plurality of false shepherds, but become and remain steadfast members of the one holy, Catholic, and apostolic flock, for whom Jesus is the Good Shepherd, yesterday, today, and forever. Amen.